scratch Lester off that.
Welcome everyone to JCTV at Michigan International Speedway. We're here for the Grace the Cat 200. I am joined in the booth by the Galaxy Cup Series All-Star winner, Eric Weinland. How you doing, Eric?
I'm well, Josh. Glad to be able to join you here in the booth tonight. Watch these Galaxy Truck Series guys turn some laps at the virtual Michigan International Speedway.
Yeah, it should be a good one here. We've had a couple-week break from the broadcast stand, but these guys have not been taking a break. They've been racing the last couple weeks. In Iowa, we had Rich Petrucco take the win, and last week was a pretty crazy one at Eldora that saw... give me just a second on that. That was Alex Strodener that won at Eldora, dominating fashion. Saw some of a driver stream, and I think he might have led every lap or pretty close to it. He led a lot. So
he led all but 2 laps, Josh.
Wow.
I had the pleasure of at least sitting in and watching that race, and I've never seen someone rip a cushion on the wall as well as Alex did that night. We had one green-white checker at the end of the race, so they went to 126 total laps, and he led 124 of them. So, like I said, never seen someone rip the wall so well at a dirt track like that.
Yeah, that is insane. But here we got much of a different track than what we've been to in other races. Michigan International Speedway is a 2-mile D-shaped oval. Very wide track. It's going to be a 73-foot wide racing surface in corners, which are 18 degrees of banking. Lots of room for crazy action. These guys can go 5 wide. Realistically, you don't want to, but they can. There's plenty of room to do so.
I have seen 6 wide, Josh. And I asked this Wednesday night. We had 6 wide on a late race restart, and it almost worked. It almost did work. But 6 drivers making their first start tonight with the Galaxy Truck Series here. So the 10 of Andrew Shartner is making his first start with us. Damaris Hickenbottom coming down from the Cup Series, making his first start in the 13 truck tonight here in the Truck Series. Raphael Reynolds in the 43 is making his first start tonight as well. Ashton Hartman in the 58. Brian Branham in the 74. And rounding out the guys making their first start, Dustin Webb in the 82. So some fresh blood to try to make their name here in the Galaxy Truck Series. And hey, maybe they can get the call up to the Cup Series at some point.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Got some Cup Series regulars in here as well. Racing tonight. Got Cody Bird, who's currently leading practice. John Dulaney, who won our first race out at Kentucky. Daniel Fields also, so the top 3, they're all Cup drivers. Cameron Stone, another one of them. Rich Petrucco. Kevin Steele. Jonathan Alardo has not raced much in the Cup Series here lately, but he is a Cup driver. And Damaris Hickenbottom, he is also a Cup Series driver. So got a lot of Cup experience in here, and you know these truck guys are gonna want to say, "Hey, I'm here. We want to win too," and try to give those Cup guys a run for their money here in the Truck Series.
Yes, sir. Unfortunate to not see Bryson Hicksonball making his way down. He has been out the last 2 times out at Iowa and Eldora, the Cup Series points leader, one of the most dominant guys up there. Unfortunately, not able to make it here tonight, so we're looking at about, I'd say, 15, 20 trucks making the start here tonight. I think it's 20 that'll be able to take the green flag here tonight. And one note on the green flag, the 16... You're going to have to help me with the last name still, Josh.
Guarnieri.
Of Anthony Guarnieri, thank you. Has a penalty from post-race at Eldora that he has to serve at the start of tonight's race. He will miss the start and start from the pits.
Yeah, he's gonna have to start from the pits, but big track, 2 miles, like I said. He won't probably only go 1 lap down, but if we get a caution right away, which is very possible, again, because of how wide this track is, drivers are going to try to shuffle around 4 positions. He may not lose any laps at all. So it is still possible that he could walk out of here, take his penalty, and just be able to restart right in the back right away.
Yeah, Michigan, especially in the trucks, is it plays out more like a super speedway. As the run builds into the track, you'll notice the grip start to fall away in the truck. But even iRacing just recently did a patch update with the trucks in the Xfinity Series cars. I think it was more so prevalent in the trucks that the draft was enhanced, if you will. Some of the draft effects were a little more prevalent at tracks that were like Michigan here. 2 miles and smaller, so the non-super speedway track. So I think we will definitely see that play in effect tonight. It'll be who can get themselves handling well in the dirty air, and maybe if they happen to sneak out a long run tonight, we'll be able to drive the best over the course of 40 laps.
Yeah, we're gonna have an interesting race here, that's for sure. In the real life trucks world, I've been to 2 races here at Michigan International Speedway. Actually, the last 2 in 2018 and 2019. It's currently the real world truck race going on that I wish I was at. I had tickets for, but with COVID going on, just didn't work out. So I know how these things can be in real life, and I'm sure in this sim here we're gonna have a great race.
So looking at about 2 minutes left here in practice, and Cody Bird is your fastest guy out here. And some guys are getting some Mach Q runs I see out here right now, so I would not be surprised if a pole time's going to sit somewhere in the low 39s here once they get it all sorted out. But yeah, Cody Bird leading the field here in practice. Doesn't get to say that too often.
Not often, but I've noticed in the last couple races that I have broadcasted at least, which were Kentucky and New Hampshire, Cody Bird actually was doing really good. And so I think these trucks really, it's been a good learning experience for him, and I wouldn't count Cody Bird out necessarily.
No, he definitely will be one to watch tonight. It does seem like between racing him in the Cup Series and then also watching him down here in the trucks, he has really hit his stride down here in the Truck Series more. So it feels like in the Truck Series, some of these guys, the setups can be they're an entirely different beast than the Cup Series. So maybe it just suited Cody a little bit better here. But he will definitely be one to watch tonight. I would also say keep your eye out here on Jonathan Dulani and Rich Petrucco. Rich has been a front runner in all 4 races thus far this half season for the Galaxy Truck Series.
All right, with 30 seconds left, who's your pick to win this race tonight?
I'm going to have to go with Jonathan Delaney in the 6. I feel like he got himself one in one of the off-week races in the Cup Series that some of the drivers broadcasted. So that taste of victory lane, I think he can ride a little momentum here. Michigan's very much a kind of a wild card track in the Truck Series, so I would not put it past someone that's been consistently up front, but also maybe needs a little bit of good luck to get by. I would not be surprised if Jonathan's that guy tonight.
And I am going to actually be right there with you with choosing Jonathan Delaney. He actually is our in-race reporter for tonight's race as well. But these speedways definitely suit him really well compared to some other tracks. And I know Kentucky, he didn't run the best. He kind of got to the front based off some other people's mistakes. But like you said, an off-week race he won, plus of the fact that he did win in week 1 in the Truck Series at Kentucky. So he's got a couple wins under his belt in the last few weeks, at least. So he's going to be for sure, I believe, the winner of this race. And we've got some qualifying.
So our in-race
starting.
reporter, we'll get the chance to talk to him at some point, correct, Josh?
Yes.
So yes, qualifying underway. I'm taking a look here at Mitchell Goosens. We're also on screen, I believe, watching the 16 of Anthony
Guarnieri.
Guarnieri. Man,
He's
you
actually
really
spinning
picked
out.
a great time. Oh, and he has an incident. That was unfortunate for Anthony there. A little bit loose off turn 2. Lost control of his truck. Thankfully, in iRacing, you're able to reset and get back to pit lane and go out there and give it another whirl.
We've got Kevin Steele coming across the line here. I'm not sure if this is setup time. Looks like it will be. Yes, he ran a 39.41. That is the number 24 of Kevin Steele. And he's actually just running one lap, looks like.
That'll be the mark to beat then, Josh. 39.40 is the mark to beat for these drivers. So far, your closest is Joseph Lester. Scratch that. Brian Branham has run a 39.59. So we have been blessed. The Sausage Party Racing Team is not making a start tonight, so I want to dial up one of their drivers here. So I'm going to grab a hold of Rich Petrucco and see what he's going to do from starting in the back tonight. Rich, this is Eric in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
I do. How are you, Eric?
I'm doing well. Hopefully your race will go pretty well tonight. I got wind that you are starting from the back, so I guess my first question for you is how are you going to do it? How is this going to be a back to front type race for you?
Well, I think so Dan and I decided to start in the back, and we're going to hang out back there with Andrew. He's the new guy to SPR, and it's his first race with us, so we've figured to try to bring him to the front. It's going to be a good strategy. I think me and Dan are going to be pretty quick. I think we could have qualified up front, but we're going to try and keep it entertaining and pick our way through. It's not going to be easy, though. I think it's going to be a little bit of attrition that we're just going to have to survive.
So iRacing recently came out with the update to the trucks in that their draft effects are enhanced here on the smaller tracks, including Michigan. So basically your non-super speedways. Have you felt that play out in practice at all, and how you feel that's going to affect the racing tonight?
Yeah, definitely. You get huge runs on guys. It almost acts like Daytona now. And if you want to, you don't have to lift at all. So it really is playing with the draft. You definitely see the effects, and you're going to see guys make up 3-4 car lengths in a straight, and try and make the move down into the turn. So guys are going to have to play it smart, but that draft is definitely going to be huge. And if anybody is anywhere close coming around that finish line, the leader is not going to be safe.
Alrighty, well, that is Rich Petrucco. Thank you for joining us here in the booth in this pre-race, and have a great race today.
I appreciate it, guys. You have a great one.
So Josh Rich will roll off here from the back, but I see some lightning fast guys have turned some times here. I think we have a new pole sitter.
Yes, we do. It's Cam Stone sitting on the pole right now with looks like 28 seconds to go. He's gonna be fast. I almost chose him as my race winner, but I decided to go with John, as I stated just a few minutes ago. But I wouldn't count out Cameron Stone. He definitely is out here to win races, and that's what he wants to do, and he is going to be our pole winner here. And in our first race,
All right, Josh, a little pre-race festivities. They're getting ready to grid up here, so go over the race for today, ladies and gentlemen. So we got 100 laps, full Truck Series distance here in the Galaxy Truck Series. We will run stages at lap 20 and lap 40, so 20 lap stages, followed by the 60 lapper to finish off. So looking like one chance for a green flag pit stop there in that third stage. But here in the Galaxy Truck Series, no playoffs with the half season, as they are getting their feet underneath them with the league, which means everything falls down to where you fall in the point standings. Mason Lowry is your current point leader, and he does not have far behind him to Rich Petrucco, a tie with Rich Petrucco and Anthony Guarnieri, at both just 7 points back of him for the top spot. Alonso Chicano is not too far out either. He's about, let's see, that's 13 points out. And those top four are probably the closest I've seen it all season since they got the races in here. So
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting battle all the way to the finish, I believe. Alonso Chicano, he's one of the truck regulars, and he's shown a lot of speed so far in all the races. He's definitely one of the truck regulars I've been watching since the season began. This is race 5, so the previous 4 races, one that I've been watching, paying attention to. Another one is Guarnieri, because he's been looking really good as well so far. Should be an interesting points battle. And the fact that there is no playoffs, just straight to the end of the season, it's going to be off consistency and staying clean, keep the truck clean, and being there when it matters.
So we have Cameron Stone rolling off pole here tonight. 39.390 was your pole time. Kevin Steele, not too far behind him there in second place. Alonso Chicano, third, would be inside second row. Outside would be Brian Branham. Row 3, Ashton Hartman with Andrew Shartner. Those are some first-time Galaxy Truck Series guys, Josh. So keep an eye on those front 3 rows tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And we got Mason Lowry in 7th. Joseph Lester in 8th. Jonathan Elardo starting 9th. Raphael Reynolds in 10th. Dustin Webb 11th. Mitchell Goosens starting 12th. Barris 13th. Barris Hickenbottom, that is, 13th. John Delaney, our picks, 14th. Alan Dobbs 15th. And really quickly, Rich Petrucco, Guarnieri, Cody Bird, Tim Reel, and Daniel Fields round out the field.
And remember, Guarnieri is starting from the pits tonight.
Oh, that is true. Yes, I forgot about that. Green flag is in the air, and Cameron Stone gets down on the gas. We're off. He's gonna easily clear Kevin Steele. We got some 2 wide racing. Still going into turn 1. Nothing too crazy, like I kind of thought might have happened, but these guys are smart racers.
I'm surprised to not see any first lap 3 wide moments. I do understand these guys will probably have to get these runs built up. It takes the trucks almost an entire lap to get wound up around Michigan International Speedway here. So looking like it's a 3 wide battle off turn 4 there for about 8th or 9th place. Delaney, looks like he squeezes out ahead of that one, ahead of Mason Lowry and Ashton Hartman.
He took the outside and way wide. He's still going to be way wide into turns 1 and 2, all the way up in that 4th lane. Kind of shocked that it's working all the way up there.
So the grip here at Michigan, with it being a fresher track, I would not be surprised if he does have some grip up top there. But mostly you want to be planting those left side tires right up against that first black seam that you see on the track there, right above the yellow or white line, depends if you're on the front stretch or in the corners. That's the lowest line that has the same amount of banking as the rest of the turn. The inside lane below that first seam actually has a little less banking, so there's a little less grip down there for these trucks. So hence you'll see them mostly stay up about one lane off that yellow line there. But I would not be surprised here as the run dips in a little further for some guys that maybe poke their nose down there below that first seam to get a little better turn in as the run progresses here.
We've got a lot of single file racing going on, not too much too wide going on, but there is a little bit. And actually, Kevin Steele's going to look to the outside of Cameron Stone as I say that. He's going to be side by side with him going into turn one here. And might have a pass for the lead. Kevin Steele is able to edge Cameron Stone just a little bit. And he's actually going to clear him. So
Kevin made that look pretty easy there. He rolled the top and kept his momentum up on Cam. Cam not worrying about it too much here in the early going. Decides to just slide in behind Kevin and continue trying to work forward. These two are starting to show signs of a little bit of a breakaway from the rest of the pack as we got a two-wide battle there for third between Alonso Chicano and Joseph Lester.
Yeah, Joseph Lester making his first start tonight. Alonso Chicano, again, another one of those people that I said to keep an eye on throughout the whole season. Looks like the number 71 of Joseph Lester is going to clear him and take third away.
So that 74, Brian Branham went from the top. He was kind of rolling forward with Chicano there, and now he's down on the bottom, and they're looking at 3 wide here off 4. Looks like it's
almost 4 wide.
Can't tell who that is just yet. Looks like Alan Dobbs is sticking himself in the middle there to go toward the front of this pack.
We've got just 3 wide there with John Delaney and a couple of other trucks. I can't tell who those are. It's like number 23. If we have 23. 27, I think that was.
It's Rich Petrucco.
Yeah, Rich Petrucco. Part of that 3 wide battle there with John Delaney and Shartner, I believe, would have been the other one.
Rich is working his way forward. He's +8 since the start of the race so far, but your actual biggest mover is Alan Dobbs right now. Started 15th, he's up to 4th, and he's working on chasing down Lester, Stone, and Steele up front. And we have a massive accident over here in turn 2. The 56 of Mason Lowry, your point leader, is in the wall and upside down.
Let's see what happened here. Oh my goodness. So looks like what was that? I think that's Daniel Fields got in the back of Lowry.
So we'll catch it back on the replay here, but looking at my local end here, looks like Dan got in underneath Mason and May just tagged him in the left rear a little bit and got him around there. So we're taking a look here at the green truck there. Dan Fields just happens to barely tag Mason there, and then he's up sideways in front of the pack and actually gets a slightly weird accident that flings him up into the catch fence. He was able to get on all 4 and bring it back around to pit road, but taking a wild ride there. As I believe, actually, the motor might have dropped out of the thing. He did have to tow it back to his pit stall.
That's a tough break for him, or points leader, but I know I said earlier you got to be consistent, but it is early in the season, so this might not hurt him too bad. Pit road should be open here this time by. We might have some takers, but they've only been green for 8 laps. And actually, a lot of people are pitting. Kevin Steele going to lead them down into pit road.
Here in the Galaxy Truck Series, we have unlimited sets of tires. So even though we are about 12 laps from the stage, 13 laps from the stage finish as we cross the line here, not surprised to see a lot of guys coming down here and choosing some fresh rubber to try to take advantage of that to get some stage points here. Cleaning up the incident there, we had a few others involved in a little less of a spectacular fashion than Lowry was. But two first-time starters in Raphael Reynolds and Dustin Webb happened to also be caught up in that. Unfortunate for their first starts here in the Truck Series, the Galaxy Truck Series tonight. An amazing job there by, I believe, Tim Reel and one other driver there, Cody Bird, taking evasive action and were able to get around that incident.
Joseph Lester is going to win the race off pit road. We actually had one driver stay out, and that's number 74, Brian Branham. Looking here at the pit time, 9.2 seconds for Joseph Lester, so I think he only took 2 tires, where it looks like everybody else who pit took 4 that time.
I would agree with you. It looks like Lester in the 71 truck there, that blue Napa 71, is your only driver to roll the dice, take 2 tires here. Like I said, it's unlimited sets of tires, so strategy kind of definitely plays itself very differently compared to tire set limit, but kind of locks you in more so to looking at 4 most of your time unless you want some track position here, which, I mean, looking like they're going to restart with probably about 10 to go in the stage. Not a bad idea to get yourself up toward the front for this final little dash.
Yeah, I like the idea. It's, short stages here tonight, 20 laps for the first stage. So why not take a gamble here? It's his first start. Actually, both him and Branham making their first starts. And so why not take a little bit of, try a little bit of strategy here and see if he can hold on for about 10 more laps. So on the first
nice
truck,
thing that...
Oops, sorry, I was just going to say the first truck on fresh tires is going to be Cameron Stone and Alan Dobbs on the outside.
So one of the nice things iRacing has also done for us here is quicker yellows for tracks that are 2 miles and larger. So we're already lined up too wide to get back going toward the green flag here as they roll down the back behind the pace car.
Yes, that is a nice thing, because usually they'd have to take another lap around, and so with this here, everybody can pit at the same time with the lap cars, or lap trucks in this case, and lead lap trucks. Get these guys going back green 1 lap sooner than what we would see at a smaller track. Pace car is going to take that hard left onto the pit road. They are in the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air.
Interesting move there. I'm pretty sure the leader checked the field up there before they got to the restart zone. So you got to really spread out restart here. And I couldn't tell. I heard some contact, but I'm not really sure if there was too much out of that, as it looks like Ben Branham is actually getting
Almost 4 wide for the lead.
himself
Sorry about that. I just had some technical difficulties on my end, but it was 71 of
what a save.
Lester.
Lester with the huge moment there in turns 3 and 4. His fresh rights with the worn lefts may not be the best combination. He's actually going backward now, unfortunately. But big time save, because that could have been much worse for his race tonight.
Definitely could have. I spotted for, maybe Jonathan Delaney might have gotten into the wall over there. So I was about to say, I spotted for Jonathan Delaney in the NASCAR iRacing series. One of the things iRacing allows you to do is spot for some drivers. So I spotted for John Delaney, and there was one, actually it was an iRacing glitch, I do believe, where it took right sides only and didn't change his left sides. And it did affect us a bit. That was with the Cup cars. These are with the trucks. Could be combination of, not a combination, but same thing going on there. Just kind of affecting it, not working too well. But notice he had a couple, the 71 of Lester had a couple of saves there, but that really big save off turn 4, that was That was intense.
Look at this. Alan Dobbs on the bottom is going to clear himself off Cam Stone and take the lead of this race off turn 4 here.
Yeah, and now John Delaney is looking inside of the 57 of Cameron Stone. He's going to try to take second and possibly first here. And got Kevin Steele looking to the outside of the 57 Stone. John might have gotten a little bit sideways there, and he's going to just tuck in behind. Well, not quite, because Cameron Stone is to his outside. So he's going to be back on the bottom going into 3 here. See if he can get in front of Dobbs side by side.
John worked a really good move there in turn 2. He's actually kind of able to suck the 69 truck of Alan Dobbs back a little bit. Keeps himself side by side. Now he's got some help from behind with Cam Stone tucking in behind him. But don't look now because Kevin Steele's trying to get in on the party and maybe keep Dobbs up front there as Delaney is clear for the lead.
Sorry, did we load into Michigan or Daytona? 'Cause this is definitely a lot of classic bump drafting looking like John Delaney does take the lead away, but let's see for how long because Dobbs is right on his bumper. And oh my gosh, he's going to spin him. Big wreck. A lot of trucks involved.
The 6 of Delaney, the 27 of Petrucco, sorry. That was, and I think I saw the 25 truck. All sideways there. Alonso Chicano, I think, was able to hang on to it, but not the same for Delaney and Petrucco. We had a chance to see the replay here. Looks like Allen just pushed John all the way down to the corner, and Cam Stone was the other one that got involved there. Cam kind of had nowhere to go. But Allen just drove him all the way down into turn 3. I wonder if there's a little bad blood rolling over from the previous race or something there.
Not exactly sure. Possibly. He hit hard in that outside wall. Did John Delaney. And that's a bummer for Stone, Delaney. A lot of drivers here.
Well, fortunately, Josh, our pick to win it, and our in-race reporter did not fare right there very well. Looking back at it here on the replay one more time, down here through 3 and 4, looks like, again, cleaning the incident up. So Dobbs gets the 6 sideways. Cam Stone has nowhere to go, but behind the incident, as they were starting to try to feather out, Dan Fields happened to get into Alonso Chicano, pitched him sideways, and Alonso got shoved straight into the back of Rich because of that, so that's how Rich ended up around. But surprisingly, those were your only 4 trucks really tallied in the incident. Petrucco, Delaney, Chicano, and Dan Fields.
Let's, I don't know if we should, but let's bring in John Delaney here, our in-race reporter.
All right, we got him on the horn here. John Delaney, this is Eric in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do.
Well, we just saw the unfortunate incident there, and since you're in our in-race reporter, we figured we could get you on the horn. What happened there?
I'm not too sure. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm pretty sure just a 59 just ran me over. And that's basically it.
Well, you made a strong move to get the lead. We knew it was going to be a lot of close racing going on. Is there anything that you could have done differently to see if that could have prevented from happening? I mean, I know he was all over your bumper.
I mean, I could have drove it in harder, but if I would have done that, I probably would have pushed it up the track. So I want to say it's really my fault. It's just him not thinking too smart and just running into the back of me. Kind of sucks though. Felt like we had a good car. Made our way up from the back up to the front, so that sucks. But come back next. Maybe.
Yeah, you were our pick to win the race, and definitely our in-race reporter, of course. So it's a bummer for sure.
Very unfortunate there for John Delaney. Thank you for taking the time to take a chat with us real quick, and best of luck. Hopefully you can get that damage fixed and get back out there, and we'll hopefully see you make a charge back here toward the front.
Okay.
So very dejected Jonathan Delaney there. Just the unfortunate victim of circumstance from Alan Dobbs from behind. Looks like it was just an aggressive move there that just happened to barely go wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you know, it was an intentional move there by Dobbs to wreck him. Just, you know, he did get him a little bit hard. And this is not Daytona where you can just push all throughout the entire track. Got to lift in these corners from driver in front of you, otherwise that is the result. But we're back to green here, and Dobbs gets back on the loud pedal and clears Kevin Steele to keep the lead.
Oh, we got 3 wide, and the 66 of Dan Fields got shoved off the track by the 10 of Andrew Shartner, I believe, was up there making the move. Sorry, the 13 of Damaris Hickenbottom was the one that got Dan Fields up and out of shape, but a much cleaner restart there. They were able to roll into the restart zone at a better pace, and Dobbs gets pushed from Alardo out to the front.
And we've got battle for the lead here. Alardo, and oh, now it's actually going to be 3 wide for the lead. The number 71 of Lester, Alardo, and Dobbs all there. And Lester is actually going to, well, he actually got sideways off the corner. He was going to have him clear. Now they're back to being 3 wide. 3 wide going into turn 3.
So Lester is able to get 4 fresh tires on that most recent yellow right there, so he's showing off the strength of his truck here in the short run. And 16 of Anthony Gordieri is running Kevin Steele at the track there for 5th as Dobbs gets himself clear for the lead once again.
Actually, this should be for the stage right there. That was for the stage. So Dobbs is going to win the stage here with Lester coming in second.
So Alan Dobbs' first stage win on the season, collects those 10 precious points. Will move himself up the standings here in the Galaxy Truck Series. Joseph Lester brings it home P2 in the stage. Jonathan Alardo, 3rd. Anthony Gornieri, 4th. Kevin Steele rounds out the top 5 there as they came across the line.
Maris Hickenbottom was 6th. Bryson Branham in 7th after being up front there for a while. Daniel Fields, 8th. Rich Petrucco, 9th. And Tim Reel, 10th.
Some important, even though he's involved in that most recent yellow, important stage points there for Rich Petrucco. Closing in on that lead, that championship lead, but bigger stage there for Anthony Gornieri, able to avoid all the trouble and finish 4th. That's some very nice 7 points toward his championship effort, with Mason Lowry already having trouble and is already 13 laps down in tonight's race.
Yeah. Definitely helps out Gornieri a lot here with Lowry having those unfortunate incidents.
Actually draws him even for the championship lead.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he's...
So Josh, they pit on that last yellow. Are we pitting again? Or are we staying out?
I think they'll pit here. Joseph Lester, he could stay out, though. He's only on 6-lap old tires, but they're all going to pit here. Anyway, but like Alan Dobbs on 14-lap old tires, Lester on 6. Then you got Alardo, Gornieri, and Kevin Steele all with those 14-lap old tires as well. So that would have been 35-lap old tires if Stage 2 stayed green and they stayed out there all the way. But We had... I don't think we had anybody stay out that time.
We had 3 that stayed on the racetrack here. Rich Petrucco in the 27 truck from 9th place there. Mitchell Goosens was outside the top 10 at the stage finish there, now moves himself up to P2. And Andrew Shartner making his first start in the Galaxy Truck Series tonight. Also rolling the dice. He's a part of Rich Petrucco's team. And they're choosing to roll the dice and stay out and get themselves some track position. Their tires are only about, I'd say that was what, about a 3 or 4 lap round to the stage finish there. So just some 3 or 4 hard laps on the tires, and now they're sitting out front in the catbird seat for this upcoming restart to start stage 2.
Yeah, good call. Well, maybe a good call for the team, but definitely a team call there. So the first with fresh tires, which is Alan Dobbs, he'll restart 4th. But Rich Petrucco...
Dobbs won that race off pit road there.
Yes.
With Lester very, very close in tow, and Lardo rounding out the top 3 that came off pit road there.
I was just going to say Rich Petrucco here. He's got a little bit of damage on his truck. He's a smart racer as well, and knows how to get around a track. Not sure, though, I mean, like you said, about 3 or 4 hard laps on the tires, but that damage back of his truck might not go in favor for him. So this may be a crazy restart, starting with the first truck on the second truck on the outside row from Dobbs on back.
So we see the one of the rules in the Galaxy Truck Series not really being taken advantage of here so far in Michigan is the ability to choose your lane on the restart as the leader. So far, it looks like the inside lane is the better option here on these restarts.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see them take the inside all race long. I'd be surprised to see anybody take the outside. Just because with the draft being in such effect, I think you have a better advantage on a restart being on the bottom. We're about to come green here. Pace car is coming down into the safety of pit road. And Rich Petrucco is already on the gas.
Green flag, green
Clear
flag.
of everybody. I'm going to set sail with that clean air.
Don't know, Josh, if you want to get too far out like that. Looks like Lester wants to challenge for a 3 wide for second, but here comes the 10 of Shartner in his first start on those older tires, all the way up here to second. Let's see if he gets a run, because I think Rich might have gotten himself too far out in front here.
Yeah, just a little bit. These guys, they're racing so hard behind him. He may be in the safest spot at the moment if these guys do anything crazy right now, but they're going to be 3 wide, back 2 wide. Well, no, just as I say that, right back to 3 wide for second place coming out turn 4.
Goosens ran up the track there through 3 and 4. Got himself a little too wide. That allowed Lardo on the freshest tires now up to second behind Rich Petrucco there. To sneak over into his inside, and now Lardo's got his sights set on the back bumper of that 27. Up to the inside.
Now Lardo is going to be side by side here, and he should be able to clear going into turn 3 to take the lead away with those fresh tires. It's just a lot of crazy.
He is sideways entering turn 3. Hangs onto it to keep himself tucked in behind Rich Petrucco right there.
Yeah, this is insane. They all fanned out looking like they wanted to try maybe 4 or 5 wide. You can throw these guys in a blanket, and there's a little bit of contact between the leaders there. Number 69 of Dobbs and Lardo just may have scraped some paint, but not too much there. We're going to have 3 wide for 4th place.
So Joseph Lester trying to work hard on those old tires. He's actually running below that first seam like I was talking about earlier. That can help you on some older tires for some rotation through the corners. Still working on trying to hang on to the spots as the 10 of Shartner's out of shape and saves it, but we got Kevin Steele driving through the grass.
Yeah, it looks like Shartner just kind of got into the right front of Kevin Steele a little bit there and sent him down the front stretch grass. Let's watch a replay here of that. Yeah, he just tagged him a little bit, got Kevin Steele out of shape. Kevin Steele was able to get right out of the grass.
Honestly think there that Shartner was trying to move over to give his teammate a little bit of room on the front stretch as Rich Petrucco was to his outside. And it's just like he didn't get the call or didn't know that Kevin Steele was down there, but that was a heck of a save by Kevin Steele to get out through the grass and still be able to hang on as we are 3 wide for the lead.
3 wide for the lead. It's now down to 2 wide. Anthony Guarnieri, he's where he's close to where he wants to be, and that's the lead. But the number 71 of Lester is going to look inside. Challenge for that second spot.
You saw it there live on our picture. Joseph Lester went backward on the restart here, and he's rode his way back to the front, challenging Anthony Guarnieri here for second place. Too close to call there at the line as they chase Alan Dobbs out here into turn 1.
Well, gave Guarnieri the spot, but it wasn't by much. And yeah, it looks like that time Jonathan Alardo lost 3 positions on that lap alone, but he is already getting such a huge run, well, trying to make those 3 laps back up. It's crazy how the draft can definitely do that here, is can get shuffled out and immediately get right back to the front if you make the right moves. Guarnieri's going to clear Lester for second.
Halfway there at the stage, 10 laps here remaining in this the second stage, excuse me. Dobbs still the control truck out there, cleaning up the incident from lap 15 there. Looks like we've unfortunately had Damaris Hickenbottom, Jonathan Delaney, and Cameron Stone all off track. I'm not sure if they've fully retired yet. It looks like Hickenbottom has, but Delaney and Stone trying to get those damaged repairs, salvage some points back out here on the track.
Yeah, those guys that you just mentioned, Hickenbottom, Delaney, and Stone, they're all Cup regulars. So we got our Cup race tomorrow here at Michigan. They may be just trying to learn something for the Cup car. But these trucks are different with the way they handle.
I will agree with that, yeah. I think the trucks are probably the closest thing you'll find to the Cup car in terms of the stock car side of things. The trucks, albeit a little slower, still have just that touch more corner speed and downforce than the Xfinity Series cars through the corners. So as Dan Fields goes for a slide off 4 back there in the background, able to save that one he was, but the trucks here of the Galaxy Series that are currently run, the trucks in the Cup cars, so the trucks are the closest thing they'll find to it. As we look at Anthony Guarnieri trying to challenge Alan Dobbs up here for the lead.
And Joseph Lester still isn't backing out of the picture either, as him and Guarnieri are side by side for second place. Guarnieri, Lester is sideways. He's going to hang on, but lose 3 positions out of it. Maybe another one here.
Moment off turn 2 there. Last time around, Brian Branham got himself sideways and actually slapped Andrew Shartner there. Andrew was able to save it, but he lost a lot of momentum, and he's actually lost touch with the lead pack here as we watch Guarnieri hang on to second and try to chase down Alan Dobbs up there at the lead.
You know, the biggest shock here with this restart is I'm kind of surprised to see Rich Petrucco right there in 3rd place. Wasn't a very good restart for him. They shuffled him back, but now he's right back in 3rd place. Which that draft is huge. He is on a little bit older tires. Not much, just a little bit. And that damage on the back of his truck, I don't think helps by any means. But it doesn't show to be signs of really slowing down. It's actually, we've got a faster lead by Guarnieri. And now they're going to be 3 wide for second place, putting Dobbs in the middle and going from first to, well, possibly fourth here in 1 lap.
Well, one way to not drive yourself forward is to be sideways like Alan Dobbs was there. Turn 2. He loses the lead and all his momentum in the process of that. But just like Joseph Lester was just a little earlier in that stage, Rich Petrucco went backward, but he smartly worked his way back up here, fighting for second with Alardo tight on his inside there. As they battle, Anthony Guarnieri's kind of enjoying the clean air and scooting away a little bit.
And just a little bit. As long as these guys continue to battle side by side, it may give a little bit of advantage to Guarnieri, but they're going to go single spot. That was a little bit closer.
Petrucco and Dobbs got together a little bit, and from what you can hear on the in-car radios with Petrucco, he doesn't sound a little too happy with Alan Dobbs with that contact there, so.
You can't get there from there, bud.
Yeah, definitely doesn't sound happy, and he must speak in a channel that I can't mute because I can hear him on
You
screen.
can't take a spot that someone occupies.
You want to open up your radio there. Rich is actually over in race control, which is probably the reason you're hearing him there. As we watch Guarnieri hold off Alardo for now with 3 laps remaining here in the stage. Alardo's looking. He's going to try the bottom here as they go off into 1 and see if he can take this lead away from Anthony.
Yeah, and actually, they're going to make contact there. Alardo and Guarnieri, that's going to send Guarnieri up the track a little bit. Allow Alardo to get the lead. And now Guarnieri's going to be side by side with Dobbs for that second spot. And actually, there's going to be a wreck. Well, they keep it straight, but Dobbs is all the way in the grass.
Through the grass, and he saves it.
But the number 71 in the wall.
No,
All right, man.
He got
Caution is out. Caution is
hit
out.
by Kevin Steele, believe. He was sideways.
and that's your stage. That's your stage finish right there. As we saw Jonathan Lester I think he just lost control as he was trying to make sure he avoided Dobbs there. And unfortunately, and I was just getting ready to comment on the fact that Kevin Steele, after his trip through the grass, was only 3 seconds back of that pack. Unfortunately, also getting collected there with Joseph Lester there.
Yeah, so Kevin Steele, he went to, let's see here, he went to the bottom to avoid Dobbs, because Dobbs was coming down the track a little bit, so Steele went all the way down to the apron, and then Lester just had a hard turn to the left, and Kevin Steele had nowhere to go.
So your stage finish there. Guarnieri is going to be your stage winner. Rich Petrucco in second. Jonathan Alardo in third there, getting those stage points. Brian Branham, his first start with the Galaxy Truck Series, comes home across the line in fourth as they take the yellow. Kevin Steele
All the
in
way to the
fifth.
right, Alex.
Tim Reel in sixth. Alonzo Tricano seventh. Dan Fields eighth. Andrew Shartner ninth. And Mitchell Goosens is your last driver to score a stage point here tonight in stage 2. Here on lap 40, we are looking at 60 laps to the finish here, Josh. And now that we've had a chance to reset, I was starting to like Kevin Steele as our chance to win there, but every time I think of someone, they end up getting caught up.
Yeah, commentator's curse. I know it can hurt sometimes. I'm sure you know that it can hurt as well. So I'm gonna knock on wood as I say this. Let's bring in stage winner Anthony Guarnieri.
So, Anthony Guarnieri, this is Eric and Josh here in the JCTV booth. You got a copy there, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, well,
Well,
you just...
Anthony, we saw you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, okay. You just won the stage there. Been looking really fast so far this race. Maybe a little bit of contact there between you and Alardo. What happened there coming to, I believe that was coming to the white on the stage?
Yes, so I'm not really sure what happened there with him. I don't know. He put me up the track into turn 1 and 2, but on the back straightaway, I don't really know what happened with him.
Yeah, it looks like him and number 69 of Alan Dobbs got contact there, which was the incident on the backstretch. But you were able to rebound from that little bit of contact and win the stage. How's the truck feeling? Are you going to be able to hold these guys off? Or, I mean, I know it's been a crazy race so far, lots of trapped.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to hold them off if we can make it through the first 10 laps here, because it seems like anybody can lead the first 10 laps, and then anything after that you really have to have a strong truck for. I think the truck's feeling pretty good. I had a 1-lap penalty at the beginning of this race and started last, so I think it's working out pretty good for me.
Any quick questions, Eric?
Anthony, getting your first few starts here in the truck series now, kind of working yourself into the series. I noticed, I talked to Rich about this on the pre-race interview. iRacing did make a change with the draft with the trucks, and I think we're kind of seeing it play out with the smaller tracks that aren't super speedways. Just give me some comments there, how you feel the draft is really affecting this race, and whether you're feeling more so dirty air or anything else.
I haven't really noticed too much of the dirty air, but as you can see right now, these guys behind me are pretty far back, but I think by the time we get to turn 3 and 4, they're going to be right on our bumpers here coming back to the start-finish line. The draft is definitely a lot stronger on the straightaways than it ever had been, but yeah, I haven't done too much trucks in the past, so I really couldn't compare it to anything for you, but it definitely feels very strong.
That is Anthony Guarnieri in the 16 truck. Thank you for joining us here in the booth. Sorry we held you so long. I didn't realize you were going back green there, so good luck the rest of the way, sir.
It's alright, I think I got the lead back here anyway.
Oh, and actually they're going to wreck just as he says that.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
The confident man, Anthony Guarnieri, is out through the grass, unfortunately. As it looks like a little bit of contact if we get the replay pulled up here with Rich Petrucco, as Petrucco goes spinning across the front stretch there.
Yeah, looks like... I can't tell who that is. The number 74 of Brian Branham came down just a tad bit, but it looked like... my mind just went blank. Guarnieri came up, which made the contact. So he came up to make contact with Branham. And then when he made contact with Branham, that sent Rich Petrucco around as a result of it.
So getting a chance to look back at it here on the blimp cam. Looks like Branham may have been thinking about an inside move. I'm not totally sure there. Either way, he's able to right rear Anthony Guarnieri, which turned him up into Rich, and that just kind of sent him off. But good job by the rest of the drivers there. Look at that from Shartner and I think it was Cody Bird just getting around Rich Petrucco as he kind of spun like a top off the wall there across the front stretch. Those guys getting to continue on with the race here. May actually see them work their way toward the front.
Yeah, I apologize there. Gonna be, man, we got a lot of good guys out early in this thing. Well, can't really say early because we're almost halfway. This race is going by quick. Yeah, a lot of good, fast drivers out, which opens up the door for some people that might not see the front very much.
So see these guys getting pacing under the yellow flag here behind that Mustang iRacing pace car up at the front here. Looking like Rich Petrucco's still out here on pit road getting some damage fixed. Just kind of cleaning it up here. We still see some guys. Kevin Steele still sitting on pit road over here as well, trying to get his damage fixed up from the Lester incident right there to end stage 2. So Branham is your leader, followed by Tim Reel in the 14 making his way up toward the front here. Gonna restart whichever lane Branham chooses to not restart in.
Yeah, and I just want to say there, as I was saying to bring in Guarnieri, that I was going to knock on wood because the commentator's curse. Immediately as we're done interviewing him, that wreck happens. So I think these drivers are about to be begging us not to be interviewing them until this thing is over. And but we're gonna come back to the green with 55 laps to go. No promises that we won't interview anybody else until then, but kind of surprised here. Looks like Branham's gonna choose the outside, and I think there's a little confusion with who's lining up second.
So this will be the first true test we get to see tonight of a leader restarting on the outside instead of the inside here, with Branham choosing to go with the outside. That puts Alan Dobbs behind him, which may not be actually a bad idea, as we've seen Dobbs be one of the fastest trucks out here tonight. So maybe lining up that fast truck behind him there will help get him out, propel Brian Branham, that is, out into the lead. As lights are off the pace car, Josh sits in turn 3. We're getting ready to go back to the green.
We're going to see the green flag this time by, indeed. Definitely excited to see how that outside will work. I did say I don't think anybody's going to choose that outside, but here we go. First test, pace car is in. Branham is going to go. He hits the gas hard.
Green, green, green.
Looks like a little bit of tire spin out of Tim Reel. It's going to allow Brian Branham to get a huge lead.
The outside line wasn't as materialized as I thought it would be, so it's just a case of, like the rest of the night we've seen so far, the leader just getting the jump on everyone else as they kind of get themselves single filed out here through 1 and 2. So now you got Branham with Dobbs in tow, and Tim Reel and Mitchell Goosens, are fighting it out there for third.
Yeah. These guys have been crazy all race long so far, and looks like Dobbs is going to look low. No, he's going to look high now as Brandon pulls down to the bottom, so he's going to give the top to Dobbs. We've seen the top work for passing early in the race, at least, as Dobbs runs that outside, and he is going to get a lot of momentum to be able to take the lead back. Now we're going to have 3 wide for second place. Number 29 of Goosens goes all the way down to the bottom.
Branham's move there going into 1 actually looked like it might have worked out coming off turn 2 when he had those guys lined up. Goosens, Reel, and Shartner were lined up there behind him on the bottom, but looks like the 29 of Goosens was wanting to be a little more aggressive and chose to battle it out, and now you see Tim Reel taking the fight to Alan Dobbs up here at the front.
Yeah, side-by-side battle between Reel and Dobbs, and it may have looked like Dobbs might have gotten just a little bit into them. Now they're going to be 2 wide for the lead, almost 3 wide. Number 29 Goosens going looking on the bottom, but not quite there. And the number 14 of Tim Reel is going to clear Dobbs, but he's going to slide up. That's going to allow Dobbs to get down to the bottom and be side by side coming to the line.
You see Dobbs trying to fight there on the bottom, 3rd place of Mitchell Goosens. Can't really figure out which lane he wants to help as Tim Reel really far up the track, pun intended on that last name there. through 1 and 2 is Mitchell Goosens will now take sole possession of second place and lead Brian Branham battling Tim into turn 3 side by side.
Looks like Goosens and Dobbs got really close. I think Dobbs started to come low, realized Goosens was coming high, so he went high, and that actually just made the number 69 of Dobbs go all the way down to 6th place, losing a ton of spots.
Couldn't quite tell if there's any contact, even if it may have been just a little bit of netcode contact between Dobbs and Reel there. But regardless, we got Tim Reel out front and Mitchell Goosens running second now. Single file for the first 3, the first battle here. Here comes, and don't look now, but here comes Cody Bird up here for 4th place on Anthony Gornier.
Halfway this time by, 50 down, 50 to go. And Tim Reel is going to lead at the halfway mark here. Yeah, Cody Bird, he's starting to show. As we said on the pre-race show, not to count out Cody Bird. He is... Go ahead.
Keep your eye out here, a little more toward the bottom half of the top 10. Alonso Chicano just set the fastest lap of this, on the track that last lap. Trying to work his way back into this fight there in the 25 truck. Kind of swallowed up a little bit in the pack here behind Cody Bird, with Rich Petrucco, Anthony Gornieri, and Alardo and Shartner all side by side right here as they go off into 1.
Alonso Chicano. He's fast week in and week out. Definitely one to watch out for. But not really much of him today.
Oh.
Is that Cody Bird? I think that was Cody Bird that just may have gotten
Cody Bird was all the way down on the apron of the backstretch there, and it sounds like there was a little bit of contact in front of him. Yes, there was. Brian Branham and Alan Dodd got together. I don't know if we'll be able to get a replay of that, but they got together on the backstretch. So Cody just took to the bottom to avoid any incident that might have happened, but Branham and Dobbs actually have a little bit of damage here from that incident.
Yeah, there's the replay. All right, I know I heard somebody hit the wall, and I just assumed it might have been Cody Bird, but I was wrong there.
Taking a look back up here at the front, battle for the lead. Mitchell Goosens back to the point on Tim Reel. Gets himself clear through 3 and 4, pulls up in front of that truck. These guys have been trading the lead back and forth the last 3 laps now as Tim Reel's gonna take the run back to Goosens outside.
Yeah, it's gonna be side by side going into turn 1. Looks like the number 29, Goosens, is gonna have the advantage here on the bottom, but well, Tim Reel, he's making that outside line work. Still staying side by side with Goosens.
All this battling between these front two. Look at that. Cody Bird in 3rd. That goes well together, doesn't it? Is actually working his way back into this fight with the help of Rich Petrucco in the 27 truck there. And Alardo in the 3 and Shartner in the 10. So we're seeing 2 of the SPR guys getting themselves toward the front of the 27 and the 10. And the 3's just coming along for the ride as Cody Bird is there.
El Rapido looking to the outside. He might have slid too high there. Is Cody Bird, Mr. El Rapido. And that's going to allow Rich Petrucco to get to the inside and take 3rd away. Maybe a little bit of help. And actually, Alardo's going to, well, he was going to look low and try to see if he could get inside of Rich Petrucco. Still side by side for the lead between Tim Reel and Mitchell Goosens.
These two do not want to give this fight up for the lead between the 29 and the 14 trucks there, but look at that. With the help of Alardo, Rich Petrucco making a charge. Will take sole possession of 2nd place there, and he's looking for the lead off into 1.
He definitely has a strong truck, does Rich Petrucco. Never want to count him out. Now he's back to the point, right back in the lead. But you got the number 29 of Goosens looking back low, try to take that lead back. And Cody Bird, he's just hanging in there, looking low as well with Goosens. And wow, Goosens just really tight. And they're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Cody Bird, Goosens, and Rich Petrucco. Bird backed out of it. Now he's going to be side by side with Elardo for 3rd place.
Over the last 5 laps now, Elardo and Petrucco have been pretty much miles faster than the rest of the field, so no wonder they've gotten themselves up here into the battle for the lead. Goosen still does not want to give it up, side drafting Rich Petrucco down the back here. All the way off into turn 3, we're seeing Goosens surge out ahead with the lead. Elardo and Bird left to fight it out here for 3rd place.
I think Goosens drove it in a little bit too hard into that corner because he is in the wall. And he's going to lose a lot of spots going from 1st all the way down to 6th place there at the line. And actually,
once again, we see the case of the battling has allowed Shartner, Alonso Chicano, and Dan Fields have worked their way up into this lead pack. Now Chicano is not letting his run die out. He is going for 3rd and looking at 2nd on Rich Petrucco.
and Cody Bird actually edging out Rich Petrucco just a little bit there. They're still going to be side by side off turn 4, but advantage Cody Bird so far. He's going to lead a lap in the Galaxy Truck Series. And he did lead some laps at Kentucky. He was really strong at New Hampshire. Not really sure about Iowa or... Oh, and he's going to get loose. All that is going to go away. He saves it. He's not going to be far off from these guys, so he'll still have their draft, but that gives the lead to Rich Petrucco. And got Chicano and Elardo there right behind him in tow.
So with Cody Bird's unfortunate moment there off turn 2, we put Rich Petrucco back here, out here on point with Elardo second. But look at that on the top. Here comes, I believe it's Tim Reel on the outside with a push from Alonso Chicano. They're pulling up on, I believe it's Kevin Steele, unfortunately going a lap down on the top there. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys navigate it, if they're going to use the lap truck of Mr. Steele has a pick or just a little bit of draft to get him pulled forward. Nope, everyone's going to avoid it here, but Petrucco out here with a lead, gets the push from Elardo. Reel's run dies out, and we see Goosens, Chicano, and Shartner looking out here for almost a battle for 3rd and 4th in all in one.
Yeah, these guys, you can throw a blanket over the top 8 drivers, all trying to battle for the lead. And Cody Bird, he's now hanging on, trying to stay in that draft. Honestly, with the way these guys are racing, 40 laps to go now, if I was Cody Bird, I might be the happiest man a part of that group. Not because I'm last, but because if these guys start wrecking, I've got the best vision to try to back it down with nobody right behind me to slam into the back of me.
Well, Josh, I wouldn't say he's the happiest man, but I definitely think he's the hungriest. Here he comes again, working on trying to get some spots back. He's looking to the inside of Dan Fields there. As we take a look here, Rich Petrucco out front. These guys are starting to single file out a little bit, just building the runs up.
Oh, Chicano sideways.
He's going to save it, and we're going to stay green.
Did he just get sideways on his own there?
I believe he had some help. Let's see if we can get it back here on the replay.
Oh, he did get a little bit of help. That was the number 29, I believe. Mitchell Goosens that got into the back of him. And then somebody got into the back of Goosens.
Looking back on the replay. Yeah, looking back on the replay, it looks like they were all in a draft train there from Tim Reel closing up on 2nd place, Elardo. And Tim rolled out a little earlier than probably Chicano would have thought, as he wasn't quite to Elardo's back bumpers. They went off into 1, but Goosens didn't react quick enough. Happened to get in the back of Chicano, and I believe that was Dan Fields that was also right on Goosens' rear end and actually got into him as well. What a save out of Chicano, though, and impressive from Shartner and Bird to take advantage of missing that accident. Like you said, Bird was in the right place at the right time to be able to avoid that, but now he's got some ground to make up. And I don't want to talk about it just yet, but we're getting close to being halfway through this final stage. We might have to start thinking about some tires and some fuel here, Josh.
Yeah, a little bit, because these tires, at least the ones on our leader, Rich Petrucco, are 21 laps old. Tim Rail is on 25 lap old tires, kind of back and forth between 21 and 25 throughout the
right, man,
field. But we've got a caution.
Real has a problem. Tim Real has had a major problem down here off of turn 2. He had just gone to the lead too, Josh. I'm not sure what happens here. Looking at it on the replay,
He was on the
he just
apron.
lost control on his own. I'm starting to wonder if this was a.
I'm wondering.
Starting to wonder if this may have been a hardware failure.
I was gonna say possibly because he was slow on the apron. If he shifted down from I don't know, maybe from fourth to first accidentally or something, and just may have kicked it out. Because I know that will do it, but it also possibly could have been a hardware issue.
Let's see. Not sure if you're able to dial it up, but see if you can get an onboard cockpit or gyro cam replay here with Tim Real. I want to see what happens here going across the start finish line. Wow, what avoidance there. So we're seeing him come up off of turn 3 and 4 here. He gets the run on Rich. Goes to the bottom. He's going to go off into turn 1 here. You know, looking at that tachometer there, I think he may have run out of fuel. So we're going to see it. Yeah, he does go for a downshift as he's running out of fuel and wheel hops it into a slide, and that's what brings your yellow out. But Tim Real was out of fuel right there.
That is really interesting.
We were only, I think, 25 laps out from the stage finish there. Or from the previous stage finish, so I'm surprised that he might have been, maybe he was trying a different fuel strategy or something and hadn't realized it, or what had happened there, but Tim Real was definitely out of fuel.
Yeah, it also could have been that the fuel man didn't get all the fuel in the car or truck. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, how about we dial up our current second place driver, the man who's been working his way up toward the front, Jonathan Alardo, and see if we can get him on the horn here.
Sounds good.
Oh, we're going to scratch that. Alardo is not appearing in the Discord. How about we go for the next best one, Alonso Chicano there. It's part of that incident off into turn 1, see if we can get a hold of him here. Mr. Alonso Chicano in the 25 truck there. You get a copy of Eric and Josh in the TV booth?
Yes, I do.
Well, Alonso, we saw you make some great runs there, catching up as the front pack battled, and then
we are not going green.
Then off into turn 1, just had that unfortunate incident. What happened there with yourself, Goosens, and I believe it was also Dan Fields?
Yeah, that was... I'm not sure what happened up front. As far as me, I just had nowhere to go. I saw a car spinning ahead of me. I started to slow down. I didn't want to brake immediately because I had Dan behind me. And if I were to brake, I would have gotten right over. So I started slowing down, moving up, so that hopefully Dan, if he were to see the wreck, he could move down. But I guess he didn't. And he ran over me, which in turn made me run over Rich. So then, yeah, just nowhere to go. I don't know if Dan, just didn't see what was going on ahead of him or not, but he just never started braking and just got ran over from behind. And yeah, it's been a very, very tough race. Made my way up here, and then got hit from behind again because I had a brake check in front of me, so I slowed down, then got ran over from behind again. And yeah, it just had to miss my teammate spinning out, hit the wall, so got a little bit more damage. Been a pretty tough day.
Well, now getting yourself reset for this final little run in the stage. Now, of course, you don't have to reveal the full information, but I think by my calculations, you guys should be good to go on fuels. So we saw your strategy there for the first little run of this final stage. How do you approach these last 32 laps when we get back to green?
Well, these guys have been really aggressive, especially on fresh tires. Rich has been really aggressive because, I mean, he's had speed, but I feel like there's just a big wreck bound to happen. I'm kind of just trying to stay here at the end of this pack, and hopefully I can miss whatever happens. And then if it comes down to it, to the end, then we'll hopefully be able to work our way up if we have any truck left. So.
All right, Josh, any quick questions there for Alonso as we're getting ready to go to green here?
I do not, but good luck to you, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end of the race.
Yeah, when are you guys gonna have me as a in-car reporter?
I've been thinking about it. So definitely you're one of the ones on the list for the upcoming races. So we'll see about next week.
All right, well, I look forward to it. Thank you guys.
Alonso Chicano, everyone, wanting to get his little bit of claim to fame in TV time there.
Questioning the broadcasters.
As we see the pace car pull off, and we're going to have the field in the hands of not Jonathan Delaney, Rich Petrucco, and Jonathan Alardo. This is the one to his outside as Rich gets a nice jump there. Not quite as far out in front as his first restart that we saw it go wrong for him, but everyone else is also mostly single file as we head off into turn one. Looks like it's a pretty tame restart from the guys up front.
Yeah, a lot better than what we have been seeing. Single file for the first three cars, and then number 29 of Goosens is side by side with Shartner, I believe that is, for fourth place. A little bit of calmness right now, but I think it's going to start picking back up pretty soon, and here we are, side by side for the lead. Alardo all the way down to the first lane on the track. Rich Petrucco's going to come down to try to side grab. Now you can throw the top five under a blanket, all battling for the lead here. And Alardo, he's still side by side with Petrucco. Number 29 of Goosens looks all the way down to the bottom. He's been making a lot of three wide moves. So I would definitely not be surprised if he continues to do that. He's been looking really fast all race long. Alardo is going to be clear for third place now, as he's actually going to push Petrucco clear of the number 29 of Goosens.
Mitchell Goosens wants the lead. I mean, it's pretty clear to us here in the TV booth. He is taking every single run he can get and trying to get himself out front, wants to pace the field. I don't know necessarily is what we've seen tonight, if that's the thing you want to be doing with the runs these guys have been getting from behind. As we see Gornieri back up here, Shartner looking on the bottom as well with their runs from the back as they've caught these front three. And look at that, Andrew Shartner in his first start for the Galaxy Truck Series is challenging for second place on his teammate.
Yeah, and he's going to have a little bit of help from behind from Gornieri behind him, and he's holding on. He's actually going to be put three wide, maybe. No, him and Gornieri might have made a little bit of contact there, but they both keep it straight. Gornieri got a little bit sideways coming off turn two.
And the man on the high side, from Team High Side, on the cup side of things, that's a lot of sides. Cody Bird is rolling the top back into the top five. Now sitting fourth as they cross the line there. After that, battling a little bit of gap to close down to Alardo. as we've seen tonight, that gap will quickly disappear as long as he stays in the toe of those front three.
And while bad puns are being made and talking about high sides, I just want to say the bird on the top, they're flying around the top side. It's Cody Bird. He's been around the bottom last couple turns. He's going to lose a few spots now. So he's going to have Chicano looking, but Chicano's kind of tucked in behind him right now. Cody Bird lost, well, only 2 spots that time.
Battle shaping up for the lead once more. Rich Patrico still peeking his nose. I think he's just trying to make sure Mitch knows that he's there. But needless to say, as we see Rich now making his move in turn 3 on the bottom. Wants to get back in control of this race as we're coming to the line. 26 to go. 75% of the race is almost complete. And Lardo giving a huge shove to Rich Patrico there on the front stretch as they go down into turn 1. Rich Patrico, your leader now.
Yeah, how long is he going to keep the lead, though, is the question with all this shuffling around. He did get a huge shove from El Lardo, and he got a little bit too far out there, I think. Now, huge move from the number 29 of Goosens again. He's going to slide job it in there. Take back over that top spot. Shartner, here comes Shartner. He's looking low, but he's going to tuck in right behind number 29. Goosens. Rich Patrico's actually going to power on the outside and take the lead.
Andrew in the 10 truck, that kind of mint green truck there, has been the bottom feeder all night long, and it's starting to pay off for him right now. I think we're about 10 or so laps into the run at this point since we've gone green, so you're going to start to see the setups and the tires and how your tire wear is start to play a bigger and bigger role as we go further and further into this run, and start to see some of the guys that are set up a little better come toward the front once again. Lardo, Patrico. Goosens is falling back to third, and just as I say, Andrew Shartner is a bottom feeder. He goes to the top on Mitchell Goosens.
Yeah, he's going to be side by side, 2 by 2 for the top 4 spots. Still, you could put the top 5, maybe even a little bit more under a blanket. Lardo actually is going to go to the top to really shut any run that the number 10 of Shartner might have had on the backstretch.
Now, I know we aren't seeing it here on the pictures, but there was a massive accident on the front stretch that did not bring the yellow out. But Alan Dobbs is going to fall out of the race as he tangled with Jonathan Delaney, who had gotten back out there to try to get some points, but Delaney went for the wildest of rides through the catch fence. And unfortunately for those two, it looks like their nights are done. But like I said, that did not bring the yellow as we're catching it on the replay here. It looks like Alan just down the hill too much on John and right reared him right in the... And we see John go spectacularly through the air, through the catch fence even. And unfortunately, that's an end to both of their nights. But since they off track by the time the lead pack was coming back around, no yellow flags. So we see El Lardo back here at the front challenging Rich Patrico. And Andrew Shartner is not too far off over here in turn 4.
They're actually...
Or I'm sorry, turn 1.
They were 3 wide for the lead there for a moment going into turn 1, but now it's back 2 wide with El Lardo on the outside and Rich Patrico on the inside. Got the number 29. Yeah, 29 right behind Jonathan El Lardo, Goosens that is. Help the outside get a little bit of momentum. These guys are putting on a show, that's for sure. Got
Off
9.
into turn 1 we go. Rich Patrico on the bottom, getting himself back clear of Jonathan El Lardo for now, for first. Goosens seems to have the better push lined up with El Lardo though, so, I mean, at this point, Josh, if you're Jonathan Alardo, are you gonna try to get Rich further out there, let the tires play more of a role, and kind of scrub the speed off as we go, or do you want to get the lead and get yourself into clean air as quick as possible?
I don't know if the lead is quite where you want to be. I personally feel with the runs these guys have been getting, the race is not going to be won by the driver who takes the white flag first, unless if they get some pretty good blocking going. So I think being in the second spot is going to be the safest bet here. For now.
So we get 20 to go. I kind of concur with you there. It's looking like if you get yourself lined up second, third, maybe fourth, and are able to build your run up, that seems to have been able to put these guys out in the lead then. And then, for example, in Rich Petrucco's case, he's been out there for a couple laps now. Alardo's been helping him along the way, though. But I definitely think Jonathan's kind of holding something here to see if he can maybe get a chance later in this run as he looks to the outside. Not going to get there, but as he looks to maybe take the lead here later on, as we've got 18 and a half right now left on the board.
And here comes the number 29 of Goosen's, Guarnieri, in tow to those top two drivers, and we know the 29 is going to be looking for that lead. And actually, Alardo's going to go to the outside of Rich Petrucco, and is 29 going to go to the bottom, make it 3 wide? He's looking. He is going to look to the bottom. They're not quite 3 wide. Magusins is down there, and number 16 Guarnieri, he's been fast all race long, and he's actually going to take third away from Goosens there on the back stretch. And now we'll see what Guarnieri can do.
You know, you're starting to see a little effect like you saw with the old Cup car package, and by old I mean just before they went to the high downforce package, slow horsepower, at the super speedways, where these guys were running single file and running the fast line, but if you get yourself pulled out of line, you're kind of all by yourself. So as we see here, Anthony Guarnieri is actually out of line by himself now. He's trying to take advantage of the ultra low line, as I'll call it, to try to get some more rotation in that truck, but getting yourself pulled out of line right there, you have no help. So as we see him, he loses the spot he was challenging for second there. Now he's fallen back to fourth and back into the clutches of Andrew Schartner. But these guys getting themselves out of line is actually turning into their detriment, as they're not able to suck up to the driver in front of them with the draft. And Andrew Schartner with a power move on Guarnieri as Mitchell Goosens is in the wall.
He's still going straight, no caution. That's a tough break for him because he's been fast all race long, challenging for that lead.
I think that might have been enough of a dagger with the wall that'll put the dash on his hopes of being able to get back up here and win this race. Gonna need the help of a caution, some damage repair. Let's try to get there. As the front two now between Alardo and Petrucco have been starting to pull away from the battle for third between Guarnieri and Schartner.
And Rich Petrucco and Alardo are going to come up on the lap car of truck of Kevin Steele, and Petrucco waited really late to look low off of Kevin Steele, but they all make it through safe. And Guarnieri is going to be sideways off of the corner.
I miss you.
20 laps into this final stint of the race. If we don't get another yellow, and the setups are starting to show themselves, the tire wear is starting to show itself pretty well. Alardo's still your fastest truck on the track, just marginally over Petrucco, so he's keeping himself up here in this battle for the lead. But they are pulling away from the pack behind of Schartner, Chicano, and Cody Bird now back in the top 5, as we, I think, see a sneak peek of Cam Stone has made it back out on the track. Unfortunately, he is 34 laps down.
I'm noticing, Alardo I think, is really doing what we were talking about. Just staying in second. He's being real patient, getting the bumper of Petrucco. He might be really hoping to push Petrucco away to really just keep it between him and, Petrucco and Alardo. Not sure if now that we got Schartner, Chicano, and Cody Bird is in tow there, it's going to start allowing them to catch up. But Alardo, he's being patient, just waiting. And like we were talking about, just staying right there. Holding the line in second. Seeing if that's going to be the place that you want to be at the end.
Oh, over the last 5 laps, looks like Chicano and Schartner have been the faster of the 2 trucks in that little tandem pairing. They're marginally faster over the last 5 laps than Petrucco and Alardo, so that has allowed them to get back onto the back of these 5 truck train for the lead. But it looks like even Alardo is starting to fall away from Petrucco. He has not been able to challenge, as we see Schartner be the first one to pull out and go for second place.
Yeah, it's going to be really close side-by-side battling between Schartner and Alardo, but Schartner is able to make it stick on the bottom, but they're still side-by-side. This is only going to help Petrucco. Coming to 11 laps to go.
Side by side for second place between Schartner and Alardo. Give the advantage to Schartner there through the middle corner, but he's sideways as Alardo's truck gets down on the door and sucks Schartner around a little bit. Schartner saves it, but that gives him his battle for second up. Chicano and Bird through. It puts them third and fourth, with Schartner falling back to fifth. Now, can Alardo work? Now that he's fended off Schartner, can he work on getting back to Petrucco, or could Chicano or Bird get themselves in the mix for a second, or maybe even push toward the lead as we cross the line? 10 laps to go here in the Galaxy Truck Series at Michigan.
Yeah, I think Alardo has to back up just a little bit to get to Chicano. Hope that Chicano and Bird stay in tow. Let's see if they can work back up, because right here we see Rich Petrucco going down, kind of breaking off the draft a little bit. And actually, that's going to allow Alardo to really close in. So they're starting to catch. The number 27 of Rich Petrucco now. Coming to 9 laps to go.
So we got that top 5 sitting there. Schartner barely hanging on to it. That silver truck behind him is actually Cam Stone, as I mentioned earlier. Cam and Dustin Webb were actually battling for an extra point here if they could get back out on the track. It looks like Cam's actually closing in on passing Tim for another point as well before they reach the close of tonight's event. As we see, Alardo has made his move for the lead at the bottom, but it's not looking like it's going to pay off. Chicano to the top, but Alardo's going to try to shut the door, and he can't. Chicano there now, side by side across the line, 8 to go, and Chicano put him up to second now, as he has Alardo pinned on the bottom with no help.
They're going to be side by side. Rich Petrucco is loving this in his mirror. And Cody Bird, he's staying patient. He has nowhere to go, though. He might have just gotten into the wall a little bit there. I don't know if it was net code or not, but number 10 of Schartner's going to look low underneath Cody Bird. Bird's able to stay high and keep 4th place, and now they're going to second, third, and fourth is going to try to... Nope, never mind. Cody Bird goes to the inside of Alardo, and it's going to allow Bird to try to get 3rd place here. He's going to clear Alardo. Is he going to be able to keep it? He does, so that put Cody Bird into 3rd place now. So now him and Chicano need to stay in line, try to get right back to the bumper of Rich Petrucco.
You are watching it here live at Michigan, the Galaxy Truck Series, inside of 10 to go. Change for second and third. Now put Chicano and Bird up to second and third. Alardo back to fourth. They are closing in on your leader, Rich Petrucco. Could this be the case where the 3 and the 27 might have used up too much tire at this point in the run? And the 25 and 54 doing a little bit of saving might be able to come back at them here as we close in on the end of this race. Everyone on the same stint of tires, but it looks like the 25 and 54 have taken better care of them. Here goes Chicano to the bottom into 3.
With help from Cody Bird, they're going to be side by side for the lead as Chicano and Rich Petrucco. Petrucco's going to be using up all that outside line, but I don't know, it's not going to help him. Chicano has Cody Bird helping him. We're going to have 10 miles, that's 5 laps to go around this 2-mile D-shaped oval. And I do believe
into
that
one, door to door. Petrucco on the brink of getting into the 25. Really trying to suck him around with the disturbance of the air. And the side draft will put him back out in front, edging ahead. Chicano not laying over onto his door just yet. There he goes. Pulling Petrucco back down here into turn 3. Cody Bird just kind of sitting here.
Contact.
See contact into 3. Petrucco sideways. He's going to save it, but that puts Chicano in the lead. And here comes Cody Bird, and Alardo is getting back into this.
Alardo looking low on Cody Bird. Side by side for second place. Cody Bird, though, staying in the draft of Alonso Chicano. Is he going to be able to keep that outside working and get back to second place? Chicano is...
What an unfortunate turn of events there for Rich Petrucco. He falls off. About a second
Side
back. Here goes
by side.
Cody Bird for the lead. Cody's going to the bottom. Sharner's following him by going for third on the bottom. And Cody Bird is now your leader. Coming to get 3 to go.
This is insane. Cody Bird coming off turn 4 with 3 laps to go. This could be the longest 3 laps of his life if he can hold on. I'm pretty sure him and Alonso Chicano are teammates, at least in some sort with their affiliates of the Hicksonbaugh Racing Development and Camstone Racing. And actually Cody Bird has his own team, the El Rapido Motorsports, I believe. It's either El Rapido Motorsports or El Rapido Racing, but there's all some connection between them, and I'm pretty sure. And Cody Bird, he's going to continue to lead, take 2 laps to go. They're almost 3 wide for second place here. It's Rich Petrucco, Alonso Chicano, and Shartner. 2 to go for Cody Bird.
Look now. But Rich Petrucco has been the fastest truck on the track the last 2 laps. And he's got himself back from a second back after that contact, back up to second. He's passing Alonso Chicano now. They made contact down here in turn 3. Just a couple of laps to go. They're side by side. This is Cody Bird's favorite thing to see in his mirror right now. We were talking about it earlier. Cody Bird off into turn 3, looking for the white flag as he gets up off of 4. But now he's got the 27 truck of Rich Petrucco in his mirror, clear of Alonso Chicano. Can Chicano get back second and help Cody Bird? Or is Cody Bird a sitting duck as he's about 6 truck lengths out here in front of Petrucco, and Chicano is pushing?
White flag for El Rapido. Is he going to get his first win in a Galaxy Series? Here comes Rich Petrucco off turn 2. This is going to be close.
Down the backstretch for the final time. Cody Bird, 3 truck length lead over Rich Petrucco. Rich is trying to close with the help of Chicano on his bumper. Rich looks to the bottom. Cody Bird holds that first seam perfectly like he needs to. Off of turn 4, Bird is sideways.
Oh my gosh!
He's losing it.
He makes contact with Petrucco. I think Chicano wins.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
On the final lap out of turn 4.
Have you
Cody
ever?
Bird loses control. No, I have never. Cody Bird loses control of his truck. He had the win in the bag. He held off Rich Petrucco the way he needed to, but he lost control with the throttle management off of turn 4, and that gives Alonso Chicano the win here in the Galaxy Truck Series.
Wow. My heart is pumping hard right now. That was intense. I kind of want to see Cody Bird win that. I think that may have just been, you know, a matter of getting a little bit too excited. I know the feeling all too well here in iRacing. It's not fun to have a race won and then just have it lost just like that.
So we see Chicano celebrating down here at the start-finish line. I believe that's his first win in the Galaxy Truck Series. I'm running back through my notes here. But Alonso Chicano, your winner tonight from Andrew Schartner, finishing second after all that melee. Rich Petrucco in the grass. Barely misses out on second, ends up third tonight. Followed by Jonathan Alardo fourth. Cody Bird again also through the grass, losing out off of turn 4 there, ends up fifth.
Yeah, that is a tough finish for Cody Bird. I've been in that position. It's not fun. But the happiest
also cleaning
man
that up, that is Alonso's second win in the Galaxy Truck Series. He actually won at New Hampshire just a couple weeks ago. So Alonso enjoying victory lane for the second time out here in the Galaxy Truck Series.
Yeah, Alonso Chicano, he's making a mark early in the season with his second win in 5 races.
Alright, and I think after we've had a moment to process that finish out, just going through and cleaning up the rest of your finishing order here. 6th place to Anthony Gornieri and the 16 truck. Ashton Hartman making his debut in the Galaxy Truck Series here, also with a good, strong run there to finish 7th place, 6 seconds off the lead. Mitchell Goosens was fighting up front all night long, but unfortunately that wall contact there sends him back to 8th place tonight. Brian Branham also making a debut tonight. P9 last on the lead lap. Kevin Steele 10th, 1 lap down there, and then unfortunately no finish for Alan Dobbs, Dan Fields. Cam Stone did get back out here and pass one more truck to get an extra point. He did finish running, but 34 laps down. Dustin Webb also running, but 35 laps down. Tim Reel, we saw him run out of fuel there to cause a late race yellow there. Comes home P15. Jonathan Delaney got back out there, but then ended up in another wreck with Alan Dobbs. Comes home 16th. Joseph Lester 17th. Damaris Hickenbottom making his debut as well. He's a Cup Series driver as well. Also coming home 18th. Raphael Reynolds 19th, and rounding out your field tonight, Mason Lowry, your point leader, coming in. Unfortunately, no longer hanging. Quick night for him. 93 laps down. He only was able to get 7 complete. Comes home 20th. I think, Josh, we are finally joined by our podium finishers. I believe we've got Rich Petrucco on the horn here first.
You got a copy there, Rich?
I do. I was just talking with the other guys there.
Man, that was insane, to say the least. From your view, what did you see on the last lap?
I knew I had the draft in my favor, and I made up a bunch of time on him on the front straight and going down the back. And all I was thinking about was stuffing it down into 3 and just hoping it stuck. And apparently Cody had the same idea, and he just got loose coming off. I thought I picked low because I thought he was going to shoot back up to the wall, and he didn't. So I just kept it pinned through the grass and ended up with 3rd, and the new SPR guy, Andrew, got 2nd, so it was a good night.
Yeah, that I'm still trying to gather and process everything that happened. Because
I'm just happy. I'm happy I wasn't in the wall from like 3 laps earlier or whatever it was. I had, I got spun twice. I had damage twice. I had almost 30 seconds the first time and a minute the second time. So that the fact that I was even able to be up there was, I was really happy with.
Yeah, you ran a great race for sure.
So take us through take us through there. You get contact with Alonso, and then you end up in the wall and you fall about a second, almost 1.2 seconds back there. So take us through, how did you end up getting back up here toward the front?
Yeah, I mean, I got into Alonso into 3. We were just talking about it. I was trying to kind of pinch him down a little bit and just take away some of his momentum, and he just kept it up a little bit higher than I thought he was going into. So definitely no fault of his. It was just hard racing, and I managed to keep it out of the wall. Somehow managed to just save it around the top side, and then the draft brought me back. Without the draft, there's no way I make it back to that. And then the top 4 guys were all running side by side, so that definitely helped. So after one lap after the save, I knew I was making a whole bunch of time back up, and I thought I had a shot at it, but I really didn't think I was going to make it back to where I did. So I really can't complain. It was a surprise to me too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Rich Petrucco. Your third place finisher tonight almost had it in his sights until the unfortunate incident with Cody Bird off turn 4. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah.
I believe we've also got, as I accidentally knocked him out of there, I believe we got the debut, basically winner, the highest finisher on debut tonight, and Andrew Schartner joining us up here in the JCTV booth. Mr. Schartner, you got a copy there?
10-4, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. So, debut in the Galaxy Truck Series tonight. Come home P2. Take me through your night, especially those last 5-10 laps, those tense laps, coming from the back toward the front.
Yeah, it was a little bit to get used to it. This is my first league race running something that long. I aggravated a couple people, but I think I generally stayed clean. It was just really trying to get a feel for how the tires were going to wear out. Once I got that figured out, I think I was in pretty good shape.
So we saw you toward the back there on this final run, and then all of a sudden you basically come home P2 in a miraculous finish there. Was the draft the limiting factor there from being able to get breakaway in any sort of sense, or did you feel like you had the truck to get up there and challenge for that top 5 and ultimately come home P2?
No, I really felt like I was a top 5 truck. I felt like obviously the draft is important no matter what. You got to be using it to get up to the front. But I felt like we were a top 5 truck all the way around. I made a couple mistakes, and if you screw up at the end there when the tires are wore out, that's just it, kind of how it goes. But I think we were top 5, and I don't think we were a winning car. We were probably 4th, 5th, and that wreck at the end helped us out. But I was happy with it. I wanted to stay out of trouble, and I wound up front, so that was a good race for me.
Alrighty, anyone else you'd like to thank out here tonight for this second place run?
Yeah, Rich Petrucco got me into this deal, and it was fun to follow him around for a while. And hopefully I'll get to do this again and get to run up front, because it was fun running up front. It always is. So we'll give it another shot.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is Andrew Schartner, your P2 finisher tonight. Thank you for joining us in the booth here. And then I think we've got Josh has Alonso Chicano, your winner tonight, over here on the radio.
You got me, Alonso?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, what a finish there. It looked like Cody Bird was about to have himself one, and you were just in the right place at the right time there with Cody Bird's misfortune.
Yeah.
You guys were working together. I could see that. You guys have are connected with teams somehow, correct?
Right. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
I guess you'd call it satellite teams.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I couldn't quite remember, but I was pretty sure. So I saw you guys working together pretty well to get from 3rd and 4th there to 2nd, and then around Rich Petrucco for the lead. How did you get it done? How'd you keep that truck clean at the last wreck?
Well, I thought I was gonna kind of have it easy with 2 or 3 to go, and then everybody behind me kind of worked together, like with the draft. It's a few laps to go, so everyone's gonna be aggressive, and then Cody got by me, and me and Petrucco were racing together, and we made a little bit of contact. Once he got back and passed me, and it was one to go, I knew the only thing I could do was just go high and try to get a run and hope that those two made contact, and I got lucky. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy finish. I'm still not over it.
Neither am I.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you run great every week. It's your second win
you.
already this season.
Should be my third, so maybe that's why I got lucky, because I gave away the first win.
Oh yeah, because you were running really good at Kentucky. I thought that was one that you were going to have as well. So I definitely think you are one that's going to be competing for wins week in and week out. What's another track coming up that you're looking forward to? And we got
I cannot
Watkins
wait
Glen
for-
next week.
I cannot wait for Daytona. That's
Daytona.
gonna be very, very interesting. Kind of similar to this. It could go two ways. There was a lot of wrecks here today, because it's almost like plate racing style. At least for like the first 10 or 15 or so laps, everyone's all bunched up, and you got a lot of side by side racing. So people are gonna be overly aggressive. We got guys that are naturally aggressive, like Rich, who always make their way up there. Guys like Anthony, who they're naturally race really aggressive. So sometimes that can get you wins, but also sometimes that can get you in trouble. For me, I was kind of just right around all day trying to survive, because I could see the way they were racing up front, and it was kind of a waiting game for me, and luckily I was in the right place at the right time in the end, because my truck survived the night. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Daytona. It's gonna be kind of like a similar strategy to that, I think.
Well, any sponsors or team shout outs you'd like to give?
Well, once again, I'd like to shout out B Hicks for another great setup. He was actually my spotter tonight as well, and he helped me make my way around all those wrecks and guys spinning out. So shout out to him. Shout out to all my teammates. Shout out to Cody Bird. I feel so bad for him. He was so close to getting his first win, and then he got a little bit too excited too early. So hopefully he gets it soon.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, congrats on the win, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon in the near future.
I hope so. I hope this is a recurring thing.
Alonso Chicano. Wow, I butchered that one. Alonso Chicano, ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight here for the Galaxy Truck Series at Michigan International Speedway. Final time they'll visit Michigan tonight. Unfortunately, Jonathan Alardo, our fourth place finisher, doesn't appear to be on the radio tonight, but we do have one more for you before we close it out tonight. Cody Bird able to join us here. Your leader up until about 200 to 300 feet before the line. He was going to win this race, and unfortunately he comes home fifth tonight after the incident. Cody Bird, you put yourself in great position. Talk us through what happened there off turn 4.
So pretty much what it was I trust Rich in every last bit, but I still got nervous, not used to being in the front, and my arm kind of shook the wheel to the left, and around I went. Yeah, so it was very unfortunate what happened. Caught up in the heat of the moment, wasn't very happy, but it is what it is, and we'll just have to go back out next week and hopefully repeat what just happened. Except the whole spinning part, let's not do that next time.
So you were able to avoid every single incident tonight coming through the field. Were you just biding your time back there, waiting for the set to roll around to begin on the long run? Were you just kind of taking it easy to avoid the wrecks, or did they just have a short run pace on you guys and you guys had better long run pace tonight?
I think it was probably a mixture of both. So the first two stages, I knew that with all the new guys, haven't really raced with a bunch of them, and a couple that I have raced with, I knew that it was going to be better to just ride in the back, take it very easy. But when that final stage came around, it was kind of go time, and was just ready to go. I felt throughout the whole run, about in the middle is when I got the most loose, but after that, most of the time except the final lap, nightmares. It felt really good on the long run, and I felt like that is what brought me to the front and kept me up there.
So Michigan next week, or I'm sorry, Watkins Glen next week. We'll just put Michigan in the rearview mirror. Are the right hand turns and gear change and road course ringer skills as predominant as your run toward the end of the race tonight, or how you feel about going into next week?
We'll see. Don't have a whole lot of experience on road courses. Definitely not my strong suit. But we'll see what happens. I got a great team behind me, and me, Tim, Rowdy, and also Ryan. As long as a partnership with HRD, so hopefully that will help me compete for wins for the rest of the season.
All right, that is Cody Bird. As long as Josh doesn't have anything else to say there.
No. No, just
Cody. Anyone else? Anyone else to thank tonight before we send you off?
I know me and the 16 had a little run in last week. I want to thank him. He gave me a lot of room. It was nice racing him. It was nice and clean. So that was nice. And I would just like to thank everybody involved with the ERM team and HRD team, as well as CSR. And hopefully we can keep up the strong runs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Cody Bird, your 5th place finisher tonight. Very unfortunate. We saw him, Josh, we saw him literally just a few hundred feet away from getting that first Galaxy win in any facet, whether it's the Truck Series or the Cup Series, but unfortunately it just came up just a little bit short.
Yeah, just a little bit, and such a bummer for him. I know he wanted that win so bad. He's a Cup regular, and he rides in the back. He's not one of the front runners. I know how that feels myself, as I run the Cup Series as well. So I race around Cody a lot. He's a great racer, great guy, and so it was really good to see him up there. Really good to see him up front in these truck races. Yeah, I feel for him. Such a bummer.
Yeah, we saw Cody Bird be strong tonight. Mitchell Goosens is another one up front tonight. Our pick to win was Jonathan Delaney, but we saw what happened there in the first stage, taking him out of the race there. So had about 6 or 7 cautions throughout tonight's event, but 2 due to the stage. Had stage winners from Chicano, and I think Truco was the other one, maybe? I can't quite remember there, but some big point swings as Mason Lowry was the driver that was the first one out tonight, and he was the point leader coming in. So we should see a pretty big swing in the points. I believe into Truco's favor now that he was able to come home P3, and Gornieri was only down there in P6 tonight. We'll see how the stage points get updated there, but well, Josh, I was pretty impressed from these Galaxy Truck Series guys tonight. Anything else? I feel like they should turn right pretty well next week as we head over to Watkins Glen.
Yeah, the last 2 races that I broadcasted, New Hampshire a couple weeks ago, this race today, and I mean you could throw Kentucky in there as well. Great racing all around. I've been very entertained by these guys, and yeah, we're gonna see a little bit different next week. Pull up the schedule here. We got Watkins Glen for I believe it's only going to be 45 laps, not the 90 that it's showing up there. I'm not sure when the stage is going to be, but the way that they're doing things for the road courses, it's only going to be one stage break, so not two like at the ovals that we've seen here at laps 20 and 40 today. But we got, I mean, the next 5 races are all different in characteristics. Watkins Glen being a road course, Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. It's egg-shaped like Darlington, but it ain't anywhere near the characteristics of Darlington. Then we got Daytona, wild card, and back to a road course with Canadian Tire. That's our next few races, so definitely going to be a fun few. Well, the rest of the season's going to be a fun schedule, but these next few weeks coming up are I'm looking forward to. I think that's going to wrap things up from here. This was the Grace the Cat 200 at Michigan International Speedway in the Galaxy Truck Series. Any last words there from you, Eric?
It was just impressive tonight from Rich Petrucco. I feel like he was probably the best truck out here tonight. He's your current, I think he'll be your current point leader walking away from here tonight once they get the points updated on the site. But he has the best average finish now throughout the entire season. So I expect him to continue that same token of momentum that he's been riding since they started the truck series over here at Kentucky about 5 weeks ago now. So like you said, Watkins Glen due up next, the nice string of tracks for like the next 7 or 8 races. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I believe turning right at Watkins Glen's a little easier than something like Sonoma on the Cup side of things, so I should think that they should have a pretty exciting race down here in the truck series. But that's gonna do it from me, Josh. I'll send it back over to you.
Alrighty, well, thank you for tuning in to JCTV. As always, stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in right now, and till next time, on behalf of JCTV, the Galaxy Truck Series, Eric Wineland, and myself, Josh Coppernell, take care.